Hello, can anybody hear me? Okay, well, welcome to NinerFaithful Radio. I'm actually Jaymie. I'm one of the writers at NinerFaithfulRadio.com. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties, and with everything going on right now, this is kind of a different show that you guys are normally used to. So, just gonna come on and just let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys in the chat let me know if you can hear me? I have my mic plugged in, so I don't know if it's working or not or anything. So we have a lot of Niner news to get down with free agency coming. Technically it's supposed to start on Wednesday, but obviously with the tampering period, we already know a lot of what's going to go on. So, the first big one, 49ers have re-signed Arik Armstead to I believe it's a 5 or 6 year deal. The numbers will come out later, but I know it's like a 5-6 year deal, so that's good for him. I'm excited about that. The other really big news that I think a lot of fans are divided on is Deforest Buckner and him getting traded to the Colts for a first-round pick. I'm sad about that because I like Defo a lot. He's a really good player. I'm bummed that he's gone from the Niners. And, 5-year deal for Armstead. We don't know all the numbers right now because it's all of them are going to come out. But I trust the guy who does all the contracts. He's really good at manipulating the cap and making sure we don't go crazy or anything. So I think that's good. Anyway, back to Buckner. So he got traded. We got the Colts' first round pick. I think that's pick 13, I believe is what I've been seeing. It's sad. I know a lot of fans really like Buckner, and he was very much a bright spot during all like the down years and everything like that. So it kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? I'm happy for him though. He got paid. It seems like he got a really good contract as well, and he's going to the Colts, which the Colts are very much looking up, especially once they solidify their quarterback position. They're going to be in a really good spot. So I think he went to a really good team and a team where he'll be really successful. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about Buckner and Armstead. Are you guys happy that we kept Armstead? How are you feeling about Buckner being traded? I'm sad about Buckner being traded, but I understand it. This is a business. NFL is a business, so and the players want their money for what they do and what they put themselves through when they play the game. So, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of sucks, but I'm happy for him though. We also re-signed Jimmy Ward, which is awesome. He got a 3-year, $28.5 million contract. I've seen 28.5. So that's really good for him. And Kim says, not happy that Buckner was traded, but he was asking for too much money. Yeah, there's no way we were going to be able to keep both Armstead and Buckner once they got those second contracts. There's just no way we were going to be able to. They're both going to be way too much money. I get trading Buckner because what we got back in return, I think, was better. I don't think we would have gotten a first round pick for Armstead. Maybe a third, maybe a second, but I don't know. I think it stinks, but I think the team made the right call because I think they got back more. And now that we have the 13th pick in the draft, I think that's actually really good because we can use that to our advantage later on, and we could trade back and stuff like that too. And we have now 2 picks in the first round. So, or we could get A lot of people I've seen been saying wide receiver. We can go after corner. Like, I think we're in a pretty good spot in the draft now that if we trade back, we can also get more picks for like the second and third, which we don't really have anything. So, Kim says, I think Armstead is going to be worth it in the long run. I agree with that. I think Armstead's finally starting to come in to his own. I know he didn't start off really strong when he first came here, and he had all the injuries and stuff. So he has a long injury history, which is always worrying. But I think after the season he played last season and how much he's developed, especially over the last couple of years, I think he really deserved it. I think he's done a good job. And I am happy that he's sticking around too, because I do like Armstead too. Anyway, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. Jaymie Ward. Very excited about Jaymie Ward. I'm glad he's sticking around. That kind of keeps us safe in the safety position, because I know we were probably all a little bit worried if he didn't come back, what we were going to do, if we're going to put Javarius Moore in, or what was going to happen. So I'm glad we are keeping him around. We also re-signed Ronald Blair to a 1-year deal today, which is awesome. That's very cool. I'm happy. I like Ronald Blair, and I hope he comes back healthy after his ACL tear, and stuff like that. Like, that was rough. Anyway, what else? I'm trying to think of what else. Also, I just saw this not that long ago. We tendered Kendrick Bourne and Matt Breida for second round, I believe. I'm going to double check that real quick. But Breida and Kendrick Bourne were both, yeah. So they're both tendered 1-year contracts to Kendrick Bourne and Matt Breida, which they're going to be making quite a bit of money, I think. I'm not sure how the tender works exactly, but we got it for 1 more year for whatever the price is. I know that they can still go and talk to other teams, and we can match if other teams offer them a deal, and we can match it, and they have to come back. Or if we don't, I think we let them go, and then we get a second-round pick back. Let me know if anybody knows. If anybody knows about that. That's really been the big news for the 49ers in that regard. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the Buckner thing, I think, kind of threw everybody. I think we all knew we weren't going to be able to keep both him and Arik, but I think after Armstead signed his deal, it was kind of like it was kind of going to happen. Anybody have any questions or anything else we want to talk about? Because I think that was the big stuff. Let me know if I'm forgetting anything. Because we got Armstead, Buckner traded, we signed Ronald Blair, Matt Breida and Bourne got tendered, and Jaymie Ward re-signed with us too. So I'm actually really happy Blair signed, because I kept seeing rumors that he was going to go to Cleveland. So I'm kind of glad he came back to us. I'm really happy about that, because I do think with Buckner leaving, the interior of our defensive line is a little bit, I don't want to say shaky, but like we kind of got to keep that as solidified as we can, and with as much depth as we can as well. So, yeah. Yeah, that's really all I can think of as the big news. Jason, I'm not sure. I had to kind of just wing this because we weren't able to do it the normal way we normally stream. So I had to kind of like make a new one, if that makes sense. So I apologize for that. It's kind of my fault. This was a very last minute thing. So, but I'm glad you're here and glad you're joining us. Do you have any questions? Because what else? I'm trying to think. And NFL free agency is being as crazy as it normally is every year. There's been a lot of big moves. If we want to talk about that, the Arizona Cardinals getting DeAndre Hopkins for like nothing and getting rid of David Johnson's contract. Why? Like, that's crazy. That's probably going to be the craziest free agency move, I think, this year. That was, like, obviously Tom Brady's a big deal too, but that the fact that the Cardinals were able to get Hopkins for, like, nothing is crazy to me. Like, that's absurd. Okay, Jason says, Breida as a second tender makes me think he's on the trading block. That's interesting because we do have Jerick McKinnon still. We have Mostert. We have Jeff Wilson Jr. and Coleman. Like, we have a lot of running backs. We have a lot of money and a lot of running backs. So, what do you all think about that? I mean, I really like Breida. I think Breida's a really good running back and is super talented. But, like, I feel like his fumbling issues took him a step down last year. So, like, I don't know what you all think about that. I could see him getting traded because I think we do almost have too many running, especially with Juice too. We have Juice as well. So, like, do we really need to have, like, what, 5-6 running backs? Oh, and McKinnon got restructured his contract as well. Thank you, Jason, for reminding me. McKinnon restructure feels like Shanny really wants him back and has plans. I do want to see McKinnon in this offense, 100%. That was the one thing I was excited about when we signed him. His contract was a lot of money when we signed him a couple years ago, but I am so glad that, like, hopefully this year we'll get to see him in the offense and see what Kyle has wanted to do with him and all the different plays and everything. Because I am excited about that. I do think McKinnon is super talented. I am worried about the ACL since he had the initial surgery and then had to have another surgery afterwards this past year. That is a little bit concerning, especially for a running back. But what are you going to do? I don't know. Like, I want to see him play. So, and I'm glad he's restructuring because I feel bad because it's not his fault that he's kept getting injured, but, like, there's no way we're going to be able to keep him for that much money. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for McKinnon though. I hope his ACL has healed properly and his leg and knee and everything, and he's good to go for the off season and everything, and he can play. Because I think that's all we want to do is we all want to see him play. Because he's been that one piece that we haven't gotten to see, like, at all, and nobody knows how he's going to look when he plays and how he fits the scheme because everybody says he should. So, yeah. What else? Trying to think. Yeah. So is there anybody else that's a free agent that you guys want to bring in? And what do you guys think about the draft? Are we going to pick at pick 13 now with the Colts pick that we got? Are we going to trade back? Oh, yeah. I'm not saying get rid of Juice. I love Juice. And we need to keep Juice because of just what he does for the offense. I'm not saying get rid of Juice at all, 100%. I'm just saying I feel like that's a lot of money in a running back field that I don't like. I feel like we could use a little bit of that to put in other places, but like Shanahan with Annie, I think can work with a lot of running backs and make them shine and make them succeed in his offense. Yeah, but I'm excited that we got that 13th pick. That gives us a lot of room to move around to get a chance at a really good player, and stuff like that. Like, because now that since we have that, we could pick at 13, use the 31st pick that we got, and trade back into the second and get more picks. And then we'll have picks in like the second and the third and maybe the fourth round, and stuff like that. What else? Yeah. Emmanuel Sanders. Do you guys want to talk about Sanders for a minute? Do you guys think he's going to come back? I actually don't know. I think he enjoyed playing with us. I think he enjoyed playing with Jimmy. He fit in well with the offense. So I think he could come back. But, like, I honestly don't know. Like, I want him to come back, like, a lot. But, and I think we have the room to bring him back now that we have we saved some cap space now. We have a little bit of wiggle room. But I don't know. Like, I don't want to say him leaving and going back to, I'm assuming he lived in Denver, and stuff. But I do think we need to address wide receiver. I love Debo. I have a lot of hope for Pettis. I hope he can turn it around. I know he had a really down year last year, and I think we need to give him one more year just to see what he can do. Like, we spent a second-round pick on Pettis. I think it sucks, but I think we need to. He's kind of in the same position that Akella Witherspoon was, like the year before. Like, they were both like, it's weird. So I hope Pettis can turn it around and be really good. What else? I'm trying to think. Jason says lots of rumors of trading for Odell. Huh. I've heard that too. I've kind of heard that a little bit. What do you guys think about that? I mean, obviously Odell is super talented and would be amazing to have, but do you guys think we should bring him on, or that he will fit in the locker room with the other players? Because this locker room is tight. Like, there's no divas. There's really not a lot of excess drama in this locker room and stuff like that. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about Odell? I mean, it'd be really cool to see him in this offense, though. I think he could be really good. But do you guys think we should use that 13th pick that we got and draft the wide receiver? Do you think that's what we're going to do? Because I have this gut feeling that's what's going to happen. And, like, Lynch and Shanahan have always said they wanted to draft their stars. They don't want to go and grab other players that are already stars. They want to, like, find their own and build their own, which I absolutely love, because I think that is how you sustain success in the NFL, is you build through the draft. Okay, Jason says Pettis is done. No time as a receiver and no time as a returner at all. Offer him and Goodwin to someone for a big-bodied receiver, or as capital to trade up for the Alabama wide receiver. That's a good idea. I mean, yeah, I mean, the fact that Pettis isn't even returning punts is weird to me. Like, I feel like that's, like, he was coming out of college. That was his thing, is he was, like, the best punt returner in college, right? So he should just, like, I don't know. The Pettis thing is weird. I don't understand it. Like, I don't know if it's just something mentally going on or if there's something else. I don't know. So, I mean, and with Goodwin, I do think there's a good chance we trade Goodwin. Like, I like Goodwin as a person and stuff, and I would like to see him stick around, but he really doesn't, like, he's not being input into the offense, like, at all. Like, he's kind of, like, just, like, non-factor. So, and if we trade him, I'm pretty sure it relieves some of the cap for us, too. So, I don't know. It's all a lot. But yeah, who's the Alabama receiver? Which one is that? I've been looking at them a little bit, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Because this draft is stacked with receivers. Like, a lot. And a lot of them are really good. So, Ruggs? Okay. Jason says it's Ruggs. Yeah. He's the one who ran the 4.28 40, right? I'm pretty sure that's who it is. The one that, like, shocked everybody that I saw, like, everywhere on Twitter. Yeah, he'd be fantastic. I don't know if he is going to be there at pick 13. If he is, I think we do grab him because, yeah, I don't know. And, like, Jason says Goodwin is a one-trick pony with his speed. The offense is built around being diversified. That is true. Goodwin really is just good with his speed. I mean, that is really his thing. So, I mean, that is very actually accurate. I wouldn't be surprised if we move on for Goodwin, though. I really wouldn't. And I hope he lands somewhere where he can be utilized and be really good. And Kim says Sanders is good and proven himself. And I agree with that. I do like Sanders. My worry with Sanders is that he is 32 years old and stuff like that. So, like, I want Sanders to stay for the veteran presence for the other receivers because I think that is extremely important. I think that's why we saw people step up later and probably why Debo has gotten so much better over the course of the year. Like, Debo really took a step forward in his rookie year and has really done a really good job so far. So, 1 second, guys. NinerFaithful is messaging me. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I want Sanders to stay for the veteran presence because I think we have wide receiver. We are super, super young. Because if we let him go, yeah, C. Jason agrees with me. He says, I want Sanders around for another year or so to help the younger guys learn how to be pro wide receivers. He also says, easily the Sanders trade up the wide receiver production hugely when he arrived. And I 100% agree. I don't know if that's because a lot of the defense was, like, focused a little bit more on him, so the younger guys could just like they were able just to grow and, like, just be themselves and just kind of get a feel, or I don't know. But I think him coming in was really good for our young guys. Yeah, I'm super excited for Debo in the future. I think he's going to be an excellent receiver. I don't know if we know if he's going to be able to be, like, a number one, but I think he's really good, like, really good. But I do think if we pick up 13, I think we're going to pick up another receiver, especially if we trade Goodwin and Pettis. Can we trade Pettis? Is that, like, what's his contract situation? Like, would somebody pick him up? Like, I know he probably doesn't have a lot of trade value, but I wonder. I wonder if we just write up Pettis' contract and just let him go that way, or if we're able to get something back for Pettis if we do trade him. I don't know. Like, I want Pettis to be successful, like I think a lot of fans do. Yeah, Jason says he could be traded, but no value. I agree with that right now. I just hope that he just had the sophomore slump, Pettis, and that he'll bounce back this year. I'm hoping that's what it was, but he has to probably have like a fantastic training camp for that to happen. So, because he has to get out of Kyle, like he has to prove himself to Kyle again. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I know this is very like I'm just winging it, but this is I think we covered all the big stuff that's happened for the Niners. If there any other free agency stuff you want to talk about, just put it in the chat and then we could chat. And I'm so glad that the Tom Brady rumors to the 49ers are done. Because that was driving me up a wall. I'm not going to lie. That was the stupidest thing ever. Very glad about that. Trying to think. What else? And so also, if all the contracts that have gone out, we'll start getting more like fixed numbers in the upcoming like days and stuff. So stay tuned to NinerFaithfulRadio.com to see articles about that. I know we have some of our writers that are going to be breaking down those contracts moving forward. So stay tuned to that. And yes, Jason, I agree. I was getting tired of the Brady questions as well. It's ridiculous. Like, I get it because he was a Montana fan and he's from California. So, like, I get it in that aspect. But there's just no need. Like, Jaymie was... I can't get into those. I'm going to start getting really heated. And stuff. So, what else? Because I think Jaymie's going to improve next season. I really do. I think having one season post ACL, he finished it, he completed it. And I think that's going to be great. And everybody says that it's always the second year in Kyle's system that quarterbacks start to improve. So, Jason says the ones wanting Brady over Jaymie are the same ones buying thousands of rolls of toilet paper. Yeah, I mean, I just don't... Like, if we didn't have a quarterback, like, if we were still... Like, if we had... If CJ was still starting and stuff, and we didn't have any viable quarterback, then I would say yes, because Brady would be a good bridge option for a couple of years while we go and find somebody. But we have our guy. We have Jaymie, and he's going to be our guy. So, like, that's the point. There's just no fill for him to come in, and Brady wasn't going to come in and be a backup. Like, there's just no way. And a backup to his former backup, that would have been insane. So, yeah. Try to think. Yeah, the DeAndre Hopkins trade was bizarre to me, and now that we have to worry about him in the NFC West is a little scary. But what else? Stephon Diggs going to the Bills from the Vikings, and the Vikings absolutely fleecing the Bills with picks was crazy. But he seems happy, so that's good for him. And that just makes the DeAndre Hopkins deal even crazier than that. Yeah, I don't know. Like that. that was like the craziest thing to me. I couldn't stop thinking about it yesterday, the Hopkins deal, because it's just like, I don't know. When you trade somebody, my thing is you always trade and you always try to get back as close to the same value as you can. That's why it's amazing that we got a 13th pick for Buckner in the first round, because we drafted Buckner, 6th or 7th when we drafted him? So, like, we still got a first round pick back. It's extremely great value. And that was probably like the fairest trade I think I've seen in a long time. And Buckner got his money and went to a great organization. So, it was kind of a win-win. I know not everybody's happy with the Buckner trade, and I don't blame people because he was such a great player, but I think it was good. In the most part, I think it's the fairest thing that you could do. And yeah, I think the free agency, John and Kyle have done a great job. I think they made some smart moves. They've done well with the cap, because I was a little worried about that because we didn't have very much. And especially with Armstead Steel coming, I was like, are we not going to be able to do anything else? But they somehow made it work, and I think that's awesome. All right. If you guys don't have anything else, I think I'll just bounce and stuff. Just type in the chat if you have anything else you want to talk about, or whatnot. Because this is my way of getting all of my Niner feelings out into the open. Because I talked. My dad's a Niner fan, so I talk to him about Niner stuff sometimes. But he gets it, but he also doesn't get it at the same time. I think I don't talk to him that much about it. Anyway, about Brady, this is actually one more thing I want to talk about. Where do you guys think he's going to go? Do you guys think he's going to go to Tampa, or do you guys think he's going to go to the Chargers? Because that seems to be the two hottest spots for him to go. And I think make the most sense for him. Because I don't know. I want to say the Chargers because of the LA thing, but I don't know. I think having Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in Tampa would be very enticing for him. But I'm a little surprised he didn't go back to the Patriots. Like, I always would have thought he would have wanted to retire a Patriot, because that's kind of where he's been his whole career. So I don't know. It's a little weird. I'm not even my uncle's a Patriots fan. I'm sure he's so not happy about it right now. All right. Well, that's all my thoughts. I'm sorry if I missed anything. Just keep following us on all our social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, really in a lot of areas. As always, visit the site, NinerFaithfulRadio.com. The shop, there's a link to the shop on the website. I think all of our social media is there, like all of our links, all our socials is there. You could see all of the articles that all of our writers have written. I always try to be as quick as I can with the Faithful News Minute. That's what I've been doing, and I've been enjoying it a lot. And just do quick breaking news segments. So if there's anything else that we have to do about that, I'll be on that. The draft. So the draft is still happening. at the end of April, but it will not be open to the public, I believe. So it's not like everything, all the stuff that was happening in Vegas is no longer happening, but the draft is still going to be televised and still happen, but on a much, I'm assuming, much smaller scale to the coronavirus stuff that's been going on. So keep an eye on that, because that could affect the season, off-season stuff moving forward. So always keep your eyes out on that. And as always, stay faithful, guys. And we will see you soon. Oh, also, because of this, as of right now, the shows on Tuesdays will probably not be will be postponed indefinitely because of all this stuff. So just stay tuned to all our socials so we can let you know what's going on once we see if we can figure something out and whatnot. So just always just keep an eye on all our socials, especially right now since everything is going kind of crazy and stuff like that. And stay faithful, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.